Hello and welcome to Dice a Dozen, episode 5. How's everyone doing?
Yay!
You're doing
was that a
good?
cue? I don't know. I just hopped in. Yeah, woo! I didn't know that was our cue, but we're here now.
That was our cue. Hi everyone,
Oh.
thank you all for joining. My name is Evan. I will be your dungeon master today. Today I am joined by Rev HD playing Azur,
Hello.
Carrot Chomps as Monarch,
Hi. Sorry, that was really there.
Local Veggie as Nana Shelley,
Howdy, howdy.
and then we have Tuxbo Die as Ward.
I am sick today.
Again.
Thank you, Ward.
It's just the aftermath of the Lifebringer illness.
Yeah, exactly. It's just remnants of that.
But you're conscious this time, for the most part. So that's good.
Get different music. There we go. No, don't curse the rolls immediately.
No.
Please.
Thank you all for
We
joining.
just got here.
Thank you all for joining for episode 5. We are continuing with our normal schedule. So this session will be available on all platforms Thursday morning, and then we'll be back again next Tuesday. Today we do have a very special guest in Pupin M.
Whoa!
Hello. Whoa. Whoa.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
We'll have to see who this guy plays. I have no idea.
Who's
It's
this
Jack
silly
Sparrow.
guy? It's
Nah.
He is returning as Jack Sparrow, actually.
I don't know about that one.
Without further ado, thank you all for joining, and I believe we are ready to begin.
Yeah.
Yay! Yippee!
So, last we left off, we were at the end of the fight against Valinor's hunters. You guys had successfully attacked the camp, taking out the hunters in the camp. You guys are breathing heavily, panting, and recovering from the fight you just had. You look around as Olwyn is cleaning off his daggers, sheathing them again. You see Willow walking over to Olwyn, as well as Ash walking forward and joining their friends. Shelly, you feel your rage start to dissipate, and you start to breathe, and your claws retract, and you look down at your hands, and you see them sort of covered in that red blood. On the ground in front of you is a dead satyr. One that you killed. All of you. Olwyn looks around, kind of breathing heavily. He gestures, looks over to Willow on his left, and then Ash, and just, Willow, Ash, both of you, please run back to Cloudburn tonight. Let my father know. I will patch up our new friends and meet you there in the morning, okay? Ash and Willow nod their head quickly and sort of run off to the east, disappearing into some of the tree line. And Olwyn looks back at you guys, still breathing heavily, and just looks over at you, Shelly. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
You can still fight.
Shelly smiles back. That's all.
Monarch would like to check on Splinter, unfazed by the travesty that's happened here. Wants to check
I'm
on the
also
little
gonna
boy.
check on Splinter with Monarch.
Yeah, without looking at, the people you've killed, you walk over to Azur, who is still, cradling Splinter.
Oh.
Splinter is mostly okay now. He's kind of, rooted himself back together, but he is still kind of, wounded, very least.
Azure, how is he?
He'll be okay.
Good.
That was
Good.
close.
Yes, it was. Well, I stopped the threat for now. But I think it'd be best if Splinter stuck with you until we're in safer grounds. Don't you agree?
Yes. I will carry him with me.
And I'll protect you guys. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Is everyone feeling okay? Anyone injured? Olwen sort of like walks up to the group, looking around, making sure everyone is reasonably unharmed.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Shelly shrugs.
Ward just nods.
We're
Okay.
getting used to this kind of encounters.
Well, let's get some food in you and rest a minute. It will be another few miles back to Cloudburn. We might be best off waiting for the morning. We don't want to travel in too big of crowds at night here.
Right.
Okay.
He kind of like looks over at the fire where the giant ox had been roasting and kind of pivoting. I don't think that will be a great meal. I've got some rations, and he kind of like slings his bag around, and he pulls out a few like collections of like bread wrapped in some leaves. Hands some food out to each of you. Go ahead and eat up. I will leave the decision to you guys if you want to rest here or leave now.
EM.
Yeah.
Of the party, who seems the most injured?
Olwen is pretty good. As for the rest of the party, how's everyone feeling? Probably Shelly is most injured.
Yes, I lost 15 HP last round,
Okay.
apparently.
I would say I unfortunately made this unscathed. So I'm good.
Monarch's gonna approach Shelly and just kind of nonchalantly hand her his rations for the meal.
Oh.
Take this. You need rest more than any of us.
Shelly nods and accepts it. She's very quiet right now. She looks like a very out of it old lady.
Monarch's gonna kind of circumnavigate the camp, just checking loose ends, making sure the perimeter is secured.
While you go around, Olwen kind of like walks past everyone to where there's a few logs stacked for like fires. He manages to like break the thing that was holding it all in, and they kind of like roll out and roll across the campsite. And he grabs like 2 or 3 and lines them up and rolls them toward the campfire. And he sets up a few logs for everyone to sit on around the fire. He sits down and he like throws off his bag and he just, oh, God. Everyone okay?
Physically.
I'll be fine.
Yes.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
How are you, Alwyn?
I've been better. Suppose that was probably the first time since it happened.
She nods.
With humanoids, yes.
It hasn't gotten easier. They
Yeah.
It hasn't.
had a band of 10 attack Cloudburn the day of the Lifebringer ceremony. I mean, he hasn't done anything for years, but Valinor still wanted to try and take it over, and lost a lot of people.
I'm so sorry.
On the bright side, it means that I will be able to finish what you and my dad started. He looks up at you, Kelly, and just... Valinor won't hurt anyone else.
Shelly nods and kind of like forces a little smile. Like she's proud of him, but like she feels sad that he has to, you know?
Yeah, you sort of remember the kid you'd met 100 years ago at this point. I mean, he was still a toddler. You know, he was 5 years old. As far as for a Harengon, especially a Fae, you don't encounter as many young children because of the nature of most Fae here. So you got a rare glimpse into Owen before everything. But he looks almost unrecognizable with the sort of weight of everything that's on him.
Aww.
His eyes seem very heavy and like he's got a big weight on his back, you know?
Yeah. How's the rest of your family doing? Like, are they all okay?
You mean my dad?
Yeah.
He's okay. You'll see.
Oh.
He's fine. My mom is doing great. She is a little southeast. They've set up a bit of a refuge away from Valinor's attacks during the fight, and she is keeping watch there while most of the fighters remain here. But Owen he's fine. Tired, but fine.
Well, that's good to hear.
And you, how's Tamdon? We've not heard news in years.
Well, for the most part, we've been great. Very, very good. However, the most recent, we didn't really go over it, the most recent Lifebringer event, something happened. Something, I don't even know how to explain what happened, actually. I don't think I have yet.
His brow kind of like furrows, and you see one of his cropped ears kind of like twitch. Is everything okay?
Well, something came through the Lifebringer and all around a force attacked, and we lost a lot of people. And I mean, it's safe to say, yeah.
We haven't seen people restored like they typically do when injured.
They're gone.
No.
So that's why we're actually here. We were hoping y'all might know something or have a solution, but it sounds like things are maybe even worse here than there.
He looks away from you and he sort of like gazes into the fire. Much like you remember with Owen, he's not particularly good at masking his emotions. Typically his ears or facial expression give it away pretty easily. You can see his eyes sort of start to well up, and he closes his eyes and he looks down. We don't have an easy answer, but maybe Owen will know something. Otherwise, our only lead would be Valinor. But I don't know what he could have done. We'd better get back to Cloudburn. We want to rest here or rest there?
I'm gonna look at the
It's
group.
a little comfortable
I'm fine either
being
way.
around all of this. Yes.
It is going to be at least an hour or two, I will warn. as well as traveling at night is not the best idea right now.
Plus, we have a wounded party member, and Monarch gestures to Splinter.
Right.
It might be good to rest at least a little bit.
We can give them the respect they deserve first. But I don't know if it's worth leaving yet.
I can stay watch. Make this as much as a shelter as we can. Allow it to.
We can. There's the other fire over here, and he like gets up off the log and walks over. We might be able to rest comfortably over here.
Those.
Monarch.
She like looks at the ground.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't
I'll,
notice these.
Stay over here.
I
If
think
we're-
they had some hammocks over there if you want.
Yeah, I'll just over there.
Fair enough.
I
Kind
have
of like
mixed
chuckles
hammocks.
nervously.
Like across the camp.
No, there's some right here.
Oh, I was looking in the wrong spot.
I mean, there are some over there as well.
Yeah.
Monarch's gonna crouch down and like kind of admire the pelt for a moment, impressed because he barely can face off creatures by himself. And then he's going to walk over to the right side of the camp and kind of check these walls. Are these walls sturdy, DM?
How sturdy are you asking?
Oh, just like should I try and board up and make this more defensible? Or...
They're sturdy. They're not like going to withstand too much, but like it would take a lot to push one down, you know?
All right. These defenses look formidable enough.
Yeah, this encampment looks to be like a semi-permanent camp. Seems to be have been used for a while. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Monarch's gonna slowly make their way towards Ward.
Can I do a silly little investigation or just I guess perception? I want to see if I can find anything of interest in this camp.
Yeah, just give me investigation. Just general camp investigation.
All right, let's see. That's a 6.
So you go digging around. You
Yes.
find over here you find like a little collection of arrows. Like 5 arrows that are sitting in the ground, must have been used for target practice. And then over by here inside the tent, you find a little chest with a couple pieces of bread in there. Probably about 5 rations worth.
Oh. Do they look good? Like, are they worth taking? Or
Yeah,
are
they
like,
look
moldy and
fine.
gross?
It's bread. They might be stale, but they look fine.
I'm gonna put them in my bag.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and add it to your inventory.
Yay.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope, not that I can think of.
Okay. Anyone else feeling like doing anything before long resting?
Shelly's asleep.
Shelly's just already asleep.
She's in that old lady pose where she's just kind of sat with like a little blanket over her lap, just like.
Oh.
Is this fire? Is this fire still going on?
Yeah.
All right. Monarch's gonna go walk over to that fire and kind of gesture to Ward. Ward, if you could lend me your ear for a moment, and
Yes.
we're gonna walk over here this way.
Okay.
Monarch and Ward approach the fire, and Monarch's still standing, because if Monarch sat, then they would be literally talking with their neck pointed all the way up. I wanted to ponder you for a moment, if you won't mind.
Not at all.
And I know it's typically you doing such, but I've had some thoughts brewing in my head. Regarding your experiments.
Yes.
Every time we conduct them, even before this fiasco, this tragedy happened, you implored upon these standards. What you called them? Rules? Yes.
Yeah, they can be bent, but more or less, when learning things, I go through a set of rules that I follow myself to study things.
Right, and when the experiment succeed, or I say succeed, but sometimes they fail. When the experiment concludes, then those rules stop. They no longer apply. Yes.
More or less.
Why is that?
Well, you have environments where you're testing things and learning things and questioning things, and then you have the environment where you're observing and recording.
Right, and have you ever tried experimenting with a larger environment? More subjects, if you will.
What are you getting at?
I feel when, at least, we conducted experiments that, even though the outcomes can be chaotic, dangerous, life-threatening, abrasive, explosive, even if the outcomes could be dangerous, having those rules in place seem to give myself a sense of direction in trust in you. In fact, when I first met you, I was terrified that you were going to burn me on sight by purpose or accident. But we've set rules to ensure that doesn't impede upon whatever charades or actions you had me commit for this experiment. And I'm wondering if we can share that with others.
What kind of rules would we follow?
Well, it was easier to think about before crimson water was pouring out of the Lifebringer. But that I haven't decided yet. And I thought, what better person to help assist me making these rules than the Sage Ward themselves.
I see.
So I just wanted to. I was curious if you thought it was far-fetched to make rules for people in general, but
Not at all. When I lived by the Lifebringer, the town was very chaotic. Everyone was always doing something or other. If we could put a set of rules together for people to follow, so that there's less crimson water spilling.
Yes.
You decide them and I'll record them.
That's good, because I also don't know how to write. I was going to try to remember them all, but I can only remember so much. That's good. Thank you. All right. And Monarch kind of rotates back to the party. Let's keep these rules to ourselves now. I don't think we tested it out. We should probably practice it between us before we go for a real test, you know?
Yes. Might I propose the first rule? Protect Splinter at all costs.
Monarch chuckles a bit. I think that's a splendid rule. We'll work with that for now and see how difficult it makes life.
Yes. We'll follow the example of Azure.
To the most part, I don't be turning into spiders. And Monarch starts heading over to the party. Alright, so who's doing watch?
You said that you would. I can
Well,
after
I
you
mean-
if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I was implying. Of course, I'll try to do first watch as much as I can. But yes, it's good that we would have a second eyes. Alright, everyone okay with Azure and I doing watch then?
Olwen is like leaned against his log, like half asleep, just, hey, if I get to sleep longer, it's great by me.
And rest you shall have. Alright, I'll start the first watch.
Okay. Azure like is still holding Splinter like a little baby. And like just kind of goes and lays down on the hammock over here.
For no conspicuous reason, Monarch positions himself a little bit closer to Splinter and Azure.
Ward's gonna distance themselves from everyone, but within viewing distance of Splinter.
This is just turned into baby protection squad at this point.
We love him. We love him.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, are you all settling in to get some sleep done?
Yes!
Right.
Mhm.
Monarch, I will have you go ahead and roll me a perception check as you settle in for your first watch.
I like it. Oh, hey guys, my character is going to be so strong and perceptive and protect the party from imminent danger. That's a 13.
Wow, you're so good.
Yeah, so you like settle in. Hold on, where is everyone sleeping? So y'all are over there. Shelly, I assume you're down over here sleeping. Yeah, so Monarch, you like set up in your like the entrance of the camp, watching out, occasionally turning around, doing like laps around the camp to keep an eye out. You hear the occasional like rustling of some leaves in the woods, but you don't hear or see anything that is too alarming yet. After a few hours, it's about time for your shift to end. So you go walk over to Azure to wake her up.
Monarch ever so slightly just taps Azure on the head, not to startle them. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay.
Okay. Sorry. Just a
It's
little
alright.
on edge after earlier.
I don't blame you. I wake the same way.
She like shakes her head. A few like leaves kind of fall from her hair. Okay. Yeah, just go lay down. I'll start.
Are you gonna hold?
And she like hands like a sleeping Splinter over to Monarch.
Monarch like squeaky toy grabs Splinter and just like puts him in like a nook on his armor, and goes to rest by Ward with Splinter.
Yeah, so like you grab Splinter. He just sort of he feels mostly fine now. It seems like the wound is mostly healed over. You do see what looks like a little bit of scarring in the bark around his waist. Kind of like a thin line all the way across his waist where he was like cut in half. But he seems to be okay now. Still sleeping soundly. Azure, you get up and sort of stretch out while Monarch goes to like settle in. And you just sort of like flop on the ground and like lean against a rock and instantly fall asleep while Azure goes to set up. Azure, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh wow, I'm gonna do such a good job at
It's gonna be
protecting
great.
us.
No, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Trust.
That's a sick.
No trust. No trust. No trust. It's gonna be okay.
Trust me, guys. I've got eyes for days.
Oh lord.
Anyway, so as you're watching, a Tarask jumps out of the trees.
No!
No!
Not
Well,
a Tarask!
I win this.
Yeah, level 3 paladin against a Tarask. I bet money on that.
Sure.
Yeah, so you like stand up and do the same. You're kind of sluggish. You hear the occasional sound of animals off in the woods. You hear what might be a deer sniffling around in the tree line. You hear the sound of some birds off in the distance. But
Can
before long,
I- Can I do something while I'm on watch? Can I
Yeah.
do a second investigation of the camp? Kind
Yeah,
of
go for it.
quietly. Cool. I'm really curious. Like it's disgusting here. Why? I got a 5. What is wrong?
Oh no.
So you like
Nice.
during your watch specifically, you get over here. This seems to be a bit of a more like weird storage place, and you're digging around. You find like more of those skinned animals in there. You see a couple chests that seem to be empty. You see like random bent and broken weapons, but nothing really of note. After a minute, you kind of like just toss everything back in and gross yourself out and walk away. But nothing really of note in there.
Yeah. Okay. Totally worth it, guys. Wow. I'm so good at this.
Hype.
After time, the sun begins to rise again to the east. The fires have all but burnt themselves down, and light has come back to the camp. Everybody begins making their way up. Waking up, you see Shelly like stretch her neck like 2 feet out of her shell before slowly getting up.
That's terrifying.
Olwyn gets up
Last
and
time?
kind of brushes himself off, doing some stretches, and just... You ready?
Yes.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Monarch does the great sit up 90-degree angle and then checks the bearings, checks for Splinter. Splinter's there, yeah?
Oh, yeah, no, Splinter's there. You're good, you're good.
Okay, and then Monarch's gonna pick up Splinter and place him on top of Ward's head and just say, smash.
Smash. Splinter
Splinter
is
smash.
like sitting on top of your head and just smash. Kind of weakly, but he's having a good time.
I'm gonna pat his head.
No, it didn't. I'll have to work on those instructions. Alright, Monarch's gonna stand up. And then, do we benefit from a long rest, by the way?
Yeah, go ahead and long rest. Everyone go long rest.
Yay! My spell
I-
slot.
Get your
Hype,
spell
hype, hype.
slots back.
My spell slot. My spell slot.
Spell slots.
Spell slot.
Yeah,
Yay.
so after a minute, Olwyn gets all his gear back together, gets you guys ready, and begins making his way through the woods. Making some small talk along the way. The path is pretty clear, and pretty quickly, after about 20 minutes, he's back on the main path. As you guys are nearing Cloudburn. Along the path, you see some houses that seem to be abandoned. You see a cottage with the door busted in. You see a small hut that is just half burnt down. Houses that used to be populated, Shelly, that are now just living empty. After a few hours, you guys have reached Cloudburn. The entrance to the city used to be pretty simple, Shelly. In your memory, it was just kind of a quaint village, a few houses surrounding the tree, a few houses in the surrounding forests. Since the last time you were here, it's grown a bit. You see some fencing around the border of the village. You see a few signs and a few people in armor that look a little tired and a little worse for wear, keeping watch, but they all just sort of nod at Olwen as he passes by. After some time, you guys arrive toward the city center. As you are walking in, ahead of you, you see Cloudburn.
Oh.
Mm.
You walk up the path, and most notably, you see a tree. Much like the Lifebringer, you see its pink branches and the leaves slowly falling down, sort of holding this canopy above. But it is kind of recessed in water. It looks like there might have been like almost a sinkhole underneath the tree at some point. It is in this little basin of water. There's a few homes here. You see one with kind of a pointed roof over there near a well, as well as one that you passed right away. Olwen is kind of giving the speech as he's walking in. This is Ash's home. He is, you met him. He's our cleric. He points at the house with like the pointed rooftop and the circular tower. That is Owen's home. That is where I live. And actually, Ash has come to join us recently. And he gestures to the little hut right next to you guys. Here. And that is Cassia's home. We don't speak to her much, but she's lived here for a while. Veggie, can you or Shelly, can you give me a history check?
Mm-hmm. 1 sec, I'm looking. Oh, there.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
So the name Cassia sounds vaguely familiar. You get a strange image of a sort of like grayish cat-like person that had come from the Lifebringer a few years ago. By a few years, I mean like 120 years ago. And that had left for Cloudburn and wanted to live there rather than Tamdon. So you have not seen her since the last time you were in Cloudburn. You don't really get a clear picture of who she is, but the name and the face is vaguely familiar. But Olwen continues leading you guys down the path until you approach Ash and Owen. They are both standing along the like fence line in front of the Lifebringer. There is kind of like a few posts with rope connecting them, preventing you from getting too close to the Lifebringer. Ash and Owen seem to be in deep conversation as you guys are arriving. As you walk up, you hear Ash. These attacks are far too often. I don't know if we can stop this, but the fight yesterday went well. And he kind of like looks behind you guys and, oh, looks like they're back. I'll give you guys some space. And Ash kind of like awkwardly shuffles off to the side.
Aw.
Shelly, before you is Owen.
Son, you were supposed to send word yesterday.
I did. I sent Ash and Willow.
Yes, but your own words from your mouth.
Those were my words.
Okay. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you in danger?
I'm fine. I had to stay behind because Shelly was hurt. And he kind of like gestures right next to him. Shelly is here.
Oh. Sally, It's been so long.
Shelly like kind of waves.
Ah, and I see you've hopped with a few others. Strangers. We haven't had new people here for a long time. Where did you find them?
Well, she was gonna say the Lightbringer, but then she like looked at his and was just like, wait.
Azure gives like a very awkward, like very shy wave.
Around.
Don't be strangers. Come over here. Come on, come on.
She goes up to Owen and holds out her arms for a hug.
Owen, like feints a punch to the stomach. You didn't dodge. Weak. Are you weak? Have you been practicing?
She laughs and then gestures to the rest of the group. And she's like, these people have been helping. They helped with the fight yesterday that Ash mentioned, and they've. Did they? Oh wait, you wouldn't know. Oh my gosh, so much has happened, Owen.
Yes, so much has happened.
Owen appears pretty visibly older. His ears kind of droop really far. He had gray fur before, but it's almost turned like white in some parts of his face. His eyes kind of droop really low, but still the same fire, you know?
How long has it been?
Too long. That's my bad.
Well, you know, I've been protecting this place. Just like I said.
Mm-hmm. It seems you've done a fine job, despite Owen told me about the recent what's the word?
Balinor?
Balinor. Yeah.
Yes, the past 20 years, Balinor's been, well, spiriting people away. Turning them to rabid animals.
Turning them to
And
rabid
attacking
animals?
like gorillas. Yes.
How
It's
does
been
he
hard.
know how to do that?
It's been hard. And I assume you've come to help? To fight?
Well,
Is that what brings you here? Finally?
I mean, yes, but we came here for another reason. I had no idea that all this was going on. Part of me hopes that this might be in correlation. Something happened at the Lifebringer ceremony recently. A lot of very dangerous creatures showed up, and we lost a lot of people. I don't know why they left, and we did with no explanation, and so we came here. But yo, Owen says like 20 years that this has been going on.
No, yeah. It's been hard. Met my wits' ends.
I can imagine.
Anyway, who are you? You all. Your names?
Oh, Shelly steps aside for them to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Azure.
Hmm.
That's it.
Nice to meet you, AZ.
It's Azure.
AZ.
Monarch
No.
walks up and kind of butts right in between Azure. Hello, I am Monarch, and holds out Splinter like a squeaky toy. This is Splinter.
Nice to meet you, Ark and Splinter?
It's Splinter.
Splint! Cool, nice to meet you, Ark and Splint.
Ward walks up. I'm Ward. Do you know who made the Eternal Flame lanterns?
Was it you?
No, I wish it was me. I need to know who.
Ah, no.
He's been very
and
fascinated
that
with the Eternal
was
Flame.
Cassia developed the lanterns.
Oh. Ah. Gotcha. No clue.
Huh.
Well, maybe I'll let you know if you enter a question for me.
Yes. Move a little
Will
closer.
you help? Will you all help me?
Yes, I will.
Guys, this is Owen. He is.
Thank you.
You all probably already know from what Owen was saying and stuff. He's a longtime friend of mine, and he's been protecting this Lifebringer tree.
Yeah, doing my
Well-
duties. Yes.
Oh, and it looks like we do have a common goal here. We're truly seeking out to restore our Lifebringer, and we were hoping to find answers by coming to Cloudburn here. But in our journey, we encountered your antagonist, Balinor, who, even if we were to find a reason to fix our Lifebringer, could be a threat to both of ours. So I think it's in our best interest to eliminate Balinor, or suppress him at the very least, so that we can
Well.
continue the restoration without interruption.
I
Oh yeah,
like
Owen.
what you say, Ark.
The
Right.
Lifebringer's kinda. She's kind of dead. That's the
You
main.
didn't tell him that?
I kind of brushed over it because I was talking about how everyone else was dead, but she's not. Well, not as alive. I'm not sure.
It seems we've all seen some new things recently. How
true.
long ago?
Oh, it's been almost 2 weeks now.
Two.
About 3.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 weeks now.
That's. Odd. Well, if you want to help, I would feel much more confident if I could see if you're all actually helpful. Do you see that tree over there? Like straight to your left, right there. Yes, the one with the hole. Owen's pointing to a tree.
Yeah.
This one here, yeah.
Yep. I would like you all to do the strongest looking thing you can do to that tree, but stop right before and not damage it.
Do I have to? You know I'm helpful, right?
I've not gotten any help for quite a long time, so no.
Okay. Okay, fine.
I'm gonna cast magic missile on the tree.
Monarch steps back. Monarch steps
Wait,
back. Monarch steps back.
You're casting magic missile on the tree, or are you trying to the tree with the hole in it that you're not meant to hit?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot the magic missile like through the hole.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll have
It goes
you-
out to the other side of the tree, right?
This could go so poorly.
I'm
Oh yeah.
gonna have you roll a hit, and then I'm gonna have you roll dexterity as well.
Okay.
Magic,
Magic missile
magic
doesn't roll
missile.
the hit.
It just
Oh,
hits.
yeah, magic hit missile doesn't roll to hit. I'll just have you roll dexterity to try and get it through the hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
I believe.
19.
I believe. Oh.
Yeah, so you pull out your book. It's got like a couple weird holes in it from the time Splinter grabbed you. You flick through a few pages to a newer spell, a more fun spell. Hold out your hand and you say a few words. And these like glowing red orbs come flying out of your hand and kind of like curve around and through the hole of the tree, coming out on the other side and like smacking onto the wall of the house right behind it. Leaving like a big scorch mark on the wall.
That was very cool. But alphabetical order. The word you last, but you pass. Good job. Don't hit wall. Don't damage anything.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It happens every time. It's fine. Yeah, you are good. But
As you like walk over behind everyone, Ward, you like see a pair of yellow eyes watching you through one of the windows in the house. You like look over, and the second you make eye contact with them, they just like disappear behind the wall. Who's next?
Well, Owen said alphabetical, but
alphabetical order. AZ, Archie, Archie and then AZ. Ark.
I think
Ark,
it's
you
your
go.
turn. Okay,
It's-
okay, I'm going. Splinter. I'm gonna gently put Splinter on the ground next to Ward. Stay. You'll be next. Or wait.
You just see Splinter immediately turn around and start playing with the mushroom behind him.
Close enough. Okay. Monarch's going to stand to the tree. You said don't hit the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Monarch is gonna lift their walking stick and flip it on its head to turn into his warhammer. How do you roll to hit but not hit? How do I? This is awkward because also I require contact to cast anything that deals
Yeah.
bonus damage.
Yeah. I'll have you just roll to hit, and then also give me a dex check. We'll just do it like
Okay.
that. See if you can
Okay. Oh no.
dexterity to stop before. Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 10 to
I mean,
hit.
it's a tree. It hits.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Okay. That's my saving grace. Here's the dexterity check now. Okay, 15.
yeah. So
Alright.
you like swing the hammer up around and over your head, and you swing it around to the other side, and you like swing it horizontally up toward the tree, and you're channeling your like golden energy into it, and then at the very last second you like boom, try to stop your hammer in its tracks. You manage to stop it within like a few inches of the base of the tree. Doesn't
Oh.
damage the tree, but you also stopped it like half a foot away.
Oh. I look at, or Monarch looks at Owen for approval.
Owen just kind of shaking his head. So close to a hole-in-one, but a big miss. But
I
it
thought you
was
said you were
good. You
saying-
asked. No, you did good. It was fine. It worked. You were good.
Owen like kind of bumps you. Come on, he fights well. I've seen him.
Monarch like retracts the hammer and then flips it back with the head towards the ground and make it his walking stick. And he like throws his head over his shoulder towards Ward. This reminds me of the experiments we do, Ward, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. A lot
And
like
then
that.
Monarch's gonna go walk over back to Ward and Splinter. Is Splinter still there?
Yeah, Splinter broke the mushroom, and he's currently on the ground trying to get the mushroom head back on the stalk of it.
Oh,
He like looks up at you
Um,
holding the broken mushroom, like half of it in each hand. He's just smash.
Azure, can you? Splinter made a Splinter made a smash.
He's just like hitting the top of the mushroom on the fucking stalk, trying to get it back on.
I think he wants to fix it. Can you repair it? You repaired Splinter.
I can, yeah, I mean, I can try. And she like walks over to Splinter and just like kind of puts her hand above the mushroom and tries to cast healing word on it. Is that even like, I know it worked on Splinter, but that's because he's alive.
Do you have a druid craft or
yeah.
a druid that doesn't have druid craft? That's crazy.
Yeah, so you like hold your hand out and you say a few words trying to get it to go back together. You have some like green energy emanate from your hand, and like Splinter like closes his eyes and he's holding it hopefully. He opens his eyes And he lets go, and the head just bloop, falls off.
Splinter. I tried.
Fail!
She like
This episode, Splinter learns about death.
Oh god.
as if he
Oh,
did not
God.
learn about that last episode.
He did kill his brother 3 episodes ago.
He did.
True.
Sometimes Splinter, sometimes things break and they cannot be repaired. And unfortunately, this is one of those moments.
By this point, Owen's behind Azur and just says, "That was a big fail."
And she like turns around with like the most offended look on her face. And in the hand, I'm assuming she can actually no, oh dang it. She like walks over next to like Shelly. She is still keeping eye contact, casts Thorn Whip at the tree.
Oh my gosh.
Thorn Whip is a roll to hit, yes?
Yes.
Roll to hit.
She's gonna try and miss it too.
Okay, yeah.
But-
Roll to hit and give me dexterity as well.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I nat 1.
Oh, biscuit. Oh, biscuit.
Yeah, so you like throw out your arm, and you know some of the vines that like grow over your shoulder, one like flies out, growing thorns, and it like wraps around the tree and like sinks in. You try and like pull it back, and it is just wrapped around the tree, thorns stuck in all over.
Oh dear.
I can't, I'm like stuck, right?
I mean, you could let go of it, but yeah.
She lets go.
The vine just like flops to the ground, still wrapped around the tree.
Oh boy.
I'm having a day. And she like walks over to the tree and tries to take it off.
Aw.
You like slowly unravel the thorn whip around, pulling the spikes out every couple inches. After a minute and a few new cuts on your hand, you manage to get it unraveled.
Oh.
I am better than this. I hope you know, but I'm also not a fighter. So please bear that in mind.
I did not say strongest as in pow pow. I said strongest as in flashy. What's strong to you? Anyway,
Flat?
Owen draws a line in the ground, and says, "You stay here, left side of line. Everybody else who pass, right side of line."
Okay.
Wait,
Nana?
wait. Splinter hasn't gone.
Yes, Splinter needs to go too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Monarch's gonna walk up with Splinter to the tree
Drop him off for school.
and
Let's
lower
go,
him ever
Splinter.
so gently.
Here, let me go ahead and roll behind the scenes.
And then Monarch's gonna crouch down and just kind of point forward like a commanding officer and say, "Splinter, smash."
All right, hold on. Let me roll that. Let me roll this again. So Splinter, like kind of awkwardly, he's got his hands, like rubbing his hands together, kind of anxiously, and he like walks up to the tree, and he like holds up his hands, like he's trying to hold fists, but he doesn't really know how, so they're just kind of both just in the air, and he throws out a punch, toward the tree, and his arms are just too short, so he just was standing too far away, but it stops like a millimeter from the edge of the tree perfectly.
What?
Just because his arms are too short and he was standing slightly too far away.
Absolute ninja.
It's just too wee.
Absolute ninja. Monarch looks over to Owen with like the same approving gaze, like, "You better give my son an A or I'm going to smite you."
Splinter better than AZ Messier. Okay,
I
to the right of the line, please.
Yes!
like just so
Yeah!
Splinter
Bonnie
just like
rolls up
runs over
Splinter.
super happily.
Mark holds up Splinter triumphantly.
Smash!
And that's everyone, right? Yeah, yeah.
Shelly, you too.
Shelly's gonna go over to the tree.
Okay.
Um,
What is your plan, Shelly?
he said flashy, right?
Flashy, yeah.
Okay, one sec. Check the VC chat real quick.
Okay.
Would that be a bad idea?
I'm gonna say no for now.
Dang it!
Oh,
For now, I'm
Okay,
gonna say
okay.
no.
It would be so funny. Okay.
It would be funny, but I've got a plan for that.
That's fair. That's so fair. Okay. Okay. So she's gonna actually enter rage. And go to pretend like she's gonna punch it, but just again just like a similar thing that Splinter does, and like try to like not hit the tree, just like stop right there.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to hit with your claws, and then roll for dexterity as well.
That's 21.
Okay. Okay.
And then for Dex, 1. Oh wait, no, an 8. It's an 8. Okay.
Yeah. So you like stand there and you start breathing heavily, panting, kind of forcing yourself to get angrier. You feel yourself like your shoulders roll back and you start growing a little bit. Your arm extends out into the big claw, and you just wind up and kind of give this big roar as you go for a big slash. And then you just don't stop, and your claw just like slashes halfway through the tree. Oh!
Shelly looks at her claw. She looks at Owen, looks at the tree.
The tree like slowly just boom and collapses.
Oh. Monarch covers
I just-
Splinter's eyes.
I just felt like a part of me hurt.
Shelly, I thought you were a little better than that. Strong claws, though.
Me too.
As you're talking, everyone's like looking at Shelly and Owen. Owen, you see this happen, but behind everyone, you just hear a little, a soft voice clear her throat. Owen,
Yes?
did you
Oh.
tell them to hit my tree again?
No, I told them not to hit your tree. Not to.
Everyone, you turn around and you see the Tabaxi. A shorter woman, maybe around 4 foot. Her fur is kind of like this soft heather grayish color. Very pointed eyes, yellowish eyes. She's currently like leaning against her door, staring daggers at Owen.
Oh, what do you think of these two over here? I gesture to Shelly and Azur.
Is that the old grandma from Tamdon?
Mm-hmm.
Shelly derages and just waves aggressively.
Yeah, she seems fun.
I'm testing them to see if they can help us defeat Balinor. These two failed. But I was going to let you see if they were able to survive.
She kind of like investigates both of you. They seem strong. especially this one. And she sort of like gestures toward Shelly.
Well, I
At least
guess
someone appreciates me.
you two, if you can figure out how to fix the tree at some point, I would.
Can I pick it up?
I'll figure it out. Can Azure help?
Yeah, so it's
Just pick it
like
up.
a 15-ish foot tree. Give me,
that's
Shelly,
fine.
just give me a strength check at advantage.
How do we do at advantage again?
Just roll it twice. Or
Okay, okay.
or you can like right click and roll it at advantage. Either way.
Okay.
Make sure you're using the ones at the top and not the ones on the left, because you
Oh.
will have like proficiency on saves that because you're doing like strength saves rather than strength checks. I'm not gonna
Let
stress
me redo
about
that.
it.
Let me redo
No,
that.
no. Don't stress. Just in the future.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you and Azur go over to the tree, kind of strain lifting it up for a minute, and thuds back to the ground, and then you bend over more and you like lift as hard as you can. Shelly, you can feel joints moving that haven't moved in like 20 years. You just barely manage to lift the tree vertically, and you like inch it back over the stump, and you just like drop it down on the stump again. Some of the bark like splinters off, but it manages to like sit kind of upright.
Azure, it's your turn now.
What?
AZ, fix it.
Yeah, I hold it
Azure-
here. You tape it or something.
Yeah. She's gonna. This is such a backwards way of using this spell. Can I use Thorn Whip to like?
Oh,
Can I use it as like a way to tie the tree? I guess.
Yeah. So you like I'll let you give me a dex roll. How about that?
Okay. Yeah,
So
that works.
yeah, I'll let you do it for a dex roll.
Okay. Wicked. Oh my gosh, dude! It's a 5.
bro.
no.
You
You like-
jail for these.
I almost got a 19.
You like go and you grab your thorn whip. You start like the one you dropped and left on the ground earlier. You like hold it against the stump of the tree and you start like trying to wrap it around. You use like your fist, like the palm of your hand, and you like try and pound some of the thorns in, getting more cuts on your hands as you're doing so. You let go and the tree kind of like creaks and groans, but the two of you like hold your hands back and the tree doesn't fall. It seems a little wobbly, but it's standing.
Right next to the house.
It'll be fine.
I didn't do the best job.
No, you
but
did great.
I will come back and fix it later. I'm
I like it though.
sorry.
Forms of
Very.
destruction, tantatons of creation. I think it's great. Okay. You pass.
As
Oh.
that is settled, Cassia just kind of grunts and starts to close her door again.
I'm so sorry.
And she right before the door closes, she like kind of stops and looks at Ward, and then just slams the door shut.
Damn.
Olwyn kind of like half raises his hand. Dad, I know you are leaving soon, but if you aren't confident, I can work on training them tomorrow. If that would make you feel better.
I think they are pretty good. They'll survive, but your training is much appreciated. And Ward, you might want to talk to that. It's a scary one.
Yes. Ward kind of like nods, like trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, okay, that's about it. I think you will pass. Congratulations. And I apologize. I've seen some things.
I can imagine.
I think we
Safe
all
and
have-
sorry.
Oh, actually, I have a question.
Yes.
This question's gonna get old for everybody else, but I need to ask. Have you seen, somebody who looks like me, but slightly shorter? I'm looking for my daughter.
Oh. Heavens.
Give me. Oh, this would have been within the last like 2 months. Nobody that you have seen has passed through by that description. Ever,
I
really.
am so sorry, but no, I have not.
Jeez, how far did she get? Thank you.
No problem. Now, let's tea.
Charlie's face lights up. She loves tea.
As you guys are talking, you see Ash walking back up, the halfling cleric. Owen. We may need to move soon.
You're right.
What's going
Well,
on?
You'll know. You'll find out. These things happen with time. You'll figure it out. But how soon?
Well, our scouts have reported movement to the west. About a day away.
Oh,
And they are moving fast, so we may want to get on the road quick.
okay. Well, I'll be ready in
Movement of whom?
a few minutes.
Ash looks over. We are, the two of us, going to track down Balinor.
Like, just the two of you?
To find him, not
Just the
to kill him
two.
yet.
Oh,
But we need to know where he is before we can make a full-scale attack. For years, it has been spontaneous attack after the other, but no sign of Balinor, so we need to find
It's-
where he's hiding.
alright.
It's one's man. How hard could it be?
This is Balinor. Wait, actually, question, how many years ago was it that we fought him?
You fought him about 400 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
He's about 450.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like, 400 years ago, when we fought him, he said he'd be back. He said, so for 400 years, he's been building this up. I'm not surprised that he knows what he's doing.
Does he have others?
I mean, we fought some.
Limited to them, but is there more?
Probably.
I would guess that's what it seems like. I think there's only one way to find out, and that's exactly what we are doing. So,
Alright, so we're still scouting. Okay.
Bigger
Yes.
groups tend to attract more attention in our experience, so small scouting parties are the only ones that make it back.
Right.
I may still be old, but I am yet young with how I move, so I can still make it. I can manage. So I guess we should go.
Great, so. I'll let you finish up. Meet me by the gate in half an hour.
Sounds good.
He nods his head and he walks back down the path you guys came from.
Now, how long do you all anticipate staying?
I mean, if you need help, as long as we're needed.
But we would also like to find the answers about our Lifebringer, but like I said,
Yeah, we kind of have a
That's
list.
best we
You-
deal with this Valinor.
You may find answers here, but to say the least, traveling small is best for what we are about to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look around. Observe and fix that mushroom.
I tried. I can
Splinter is just like still on the
try.
ground trying to get the mushroom to stay back.
I like little stick man. Makes me he's very happy. Makes me very happy. Well, AZ, Ark, Shelly, and Ardy. It was wonderful meeting. Yes, Ark and Ardy. It was wonderful meeting you all.
I will
And
Likewise.
get them settled
Nice.
in rooms, and I can begin training tomorrow. If
yes,
that
yes,
works
yes,
for
yes,
you.
please.
Okay.
Yes, and I will send you word on anything. I should be back pretty soon. It should be fine. We should have news, and I will be safe and healthy. And after all, I mean, my family. You know how I am.
Okay.
Owen, I'm really sorry it took us, or took me so long to get out here. I really wish I'd known sooner what y'all were going through.
I would be remiss to say I'm not upset, but we can deal with this later.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful seeing you again. Now I must prepare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Owen kind of shuffles back off to his house to prepare, leaving the rest of you guys sort of out in front of the Lifebringer. The tree kind of wobbling precariously on its half stand. Olwen like steps forward and he like puts his hand on the tree and he like looks around, and again the tree just like starts to lean over. The thorn whip just snaps and the tree falls flat on the ground again.
No.
Well, who wants tea?
Shelly's hand is shoots up into the air.
I will fix that later. I'm so sorry.
Tea first. And Azur, I broke it. Don't you worry about it.
But okay.
And yeah, with that, we are going to call it there.
Oh, yay!
Whoa!
Yippee!
Tree tea
Thank-
time.
Thank
You
you
had
all.
one job with the tree.
I'm.
I did splendidly. I did fantastically.
I don't think I rolled once above a 7 today.
Your dice needs to go to jail. I'm sorry.
hey, at least there wasn't combat this week.
True. Oh, that was us in combat.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
Thank you so much for having me this
Yeah,
session. I
thank
really
you for
appreciate
coming
it.
back.
Yeah,
thank you for
Owen,
joining.
thank you very much.
Yeah,
Everyone, thank you for watching. Everyone, thank you for playing. If you missed part of this episode, make sure to check it out Thursday morning on Spotify and YouTube.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Woohoo!
And without further ado, that's going to be it, and we'll be back next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.